I'm sorry, this is just too tempting.
And made him something that's palpable to the masses. Because they said that they wanted to do at the Council of Nicea, they wanted to simplify the message. Well, they simplified the message to the point where they could control the population. And if you think,
when did that happen at Nicea? Any documents or evidence or anything like that? We had a bunch of people writing about it. We had a bunch of opponents of Nicea writing about Nicea. Yet this never comes up. But it's very funny that he knows all this stuff, but he thought that the Council of Nicea happened over a century, and that it was Constantine consolidating his power, and that it had something to do with the Trinity.
what was established at the Vatican based on the Council of Nicea wasn't.
What? Okay, first of all, Rome, the Pope wasn't at the Council of Nicea. Rome had nothing to do with the Council of Nicea. And the Vatican wouldn't exist. Even the buildings there wouldn't exist for 1,200 years. It's over 1,000 years. The Vatican is only a few hundred years old. Council of Nicea took place in AD 325. And again, not in Rome, it was in Nicea. And the Pope refused to go. He actually, the Pope of Rome hated Constantine.
There to control the population and keep people under their thumb, they give.
Even though that Constantine just reverted back to Arianism and you had a complete edict of tolerance on all religion. No religions were persecuted at all. You could believe whatever the hell you wanted. That was implemented by Constantine to do what? To control people? Strange way to, control people by, not controlling them.
Me a break on that one too. Read the history of the Albigensian Crusade, the thing that started the Great Inquisition.
Okay, so he is talking about the Albigensians, the wrongly get called Cathars. He should know then that they believe that the God that created the physical world is evil, and their only sacrament was starving themselves to death, and that sex was the worst sin in the world. Yet, earlier in this video, he talked about wanting to be with whores. No joke.
The Albigensian Crusade that wiped out the Cathars, or the Albigensians, that grew out of a community that was started or formed by Mary Magdalene.
No, Mary Magdalene died in Ephesus. Again, any evidence for this? Henry Lincoln was proved wrong. Mary Magdalene died in Ephesus. There was a bone that was found in France that is believed to be a relic, and I saw it. But no, it's pretty extensive records. She died in Ephesus. People don't realize this, that we have a lot of writings that didn't make it into the New Testament. A lot of them. We know quite a bit, but again, the Sola Scriptura crowd, the Bible-beaten American, this is my Bible and it's infallibly true, don't even think about maybe there might be something outside of the New Testament that was, written by the same people or just a few years later. Actually, there's tons of stuff. It's called early Christian writings.
Includes the Merovingian kings too, the Merovingian dynasties.
The Merovingians.
There's another story I could go into.
Merovingians were a Germanic line descended from the Franks. They originated in Sweden. Yeah, Mary Magdalene wasn't from Sweden. She died in Ephesus. She was married to John. She had children.
Other day that I don't want to touch on right now. But if you want to look at where the city was seven hills and all like that, but then you go back to you read the Revelation and it says that he has power to continue. I think it's 1,426 days. Well, that's 1,426 years or prophetic years, because a day is a year in prophecy. All right. From the time of the
It's not 1,000 years, but okay, whatever.
adoption of the Nicene Creed, which established the Trinity Godhead, until the publishing of the King James Bible was exactly that number of years.
What? Okay, first of all, the Council of Nicea did not formulate the Nicene Creed, and it had nothing to do with the Trinity. Let's back up.
I want to look at where the city was seven hills and all like that. But then you go back to you read the Revelation and it says that he has power to continue. I think it's 1,426 days. Well, that's 1,426 years or prophetic years, because a day is a year in prophecy. All right. From the time of the adoption of the Nicene Creed, which established the Trinity Godhead, until the publishing of the King James Bible was exactly that.
The Nicene Creed in the form that we know it now is at the Council of Chalcedon. But even if you were going from the Council of Nicea in AD 325 to the publishing of the King James Bible, let's just say 1611, that still doesn't get your 1400 some odd years. If you go from the actual Nicene Creed, if you go from the Roman Catholic Nicene Creed, that was from the 700s. If you go with the Douay-Rheims King James, that's 1789. The man doesn't even know when the Council of Nicea took place, thinks it has something to do with the Trinity, and thinks the Nicene Creed was formulated at the Council of Nicea. The full title is the Niceo-Constantinopolitan Creed, because it was finished, it was, how should I say, what we call the Nicene Creed is from the Council of Constantinople, the Second Ecumenical Council, not Nicea.
Number of years.
And this guy's trying to teach people.
Was the church so enamored or so insistent that the Bible can be kept only in Latin? I mean, you go into the Catholic.
It wasn't. That was only the Latin West. The Eastern Orthodox Church, it was in Russian, Aramaic, Arabic, Ethiopic, Coptic, Greek, Serbian, Romanian, Persian, Chinese. I'm going to have to make a part 2.
The church today, even today. The Bible on the dais in front of the pulpit where he's going to give the sermon and everything is closed. That's to tell you that you have to have a priest to interpret that. You're not allowed. You're not supposed to read.
All right, I'll just go on to part 2 because there's just so much here. He's trying to tell people things as if it's a fact, but almost everything that he said, I mean, I have, wow.